Hello and welcome to the Books with KUR section and series. This is a new series that I have started since the earlier episode. और इस सीरीज में मैं आपको मैंने जो बुक्स पढ़ी है उसके बारे में बताऊंगा कि मैंने क्या सीखा इन बुक्स में से. सो दिस इज द सेकंड एपिसोड ऑफ बुक्स विद यूआर सीरीज and I'm going to talk about chapter number 2 and 3 of the book, The Power of Positive Thinking, that I read in the quarter ending June 2020 during the lockdown period. So today's chapter is all about a peaceful mind generates power. So peaceful mind generates power because human mind is always, if it is always full of activity even when it is not really active. Because हम इतना सोचते हैं कि पूछिए मत. A normal human mind thinks too much, in my opinion. Why in my opinion? Because it is after reading this book and it is after for reading some other books that I have realized that I become more efficient when I focus less on thinking rather, and instead I focus more on doing what is required to be done now. Because मैं सोचूंगा कल क्या करना है, परसों क्या करना है, 5 years from now, and in that I will spend too much of energy, and by the time there is time to action, actually I would have drained out my energies. And that is what this chapter is all about, that how to have a peaceful mind that generates power. तो पीसफुल माइंड जनरेट्स पावर इज वेरी सिंपल फ्रेंड्स, कि हमारे दिमाग में, हमारे हार्ट के अंदर इतने सारे फियर्स है. किसी के लिए प्रेजुडाइसेस है, हेट्रेड है, रिग्रेट्स है, गिल्ट है. ओ आई डिड नॉट डू दिस, ओ नो ये सामने आएगा तो ऐसा मारूंगा उसको. All that kind of thing is there in our mind and heart. And when our mind and hearts are occupied with such negative things, we are not going to be able to lead a positive oriented, positive thought process oriented life. So how to overcome that? The best thing that I have, it is not written in this book perhaps, but what I have realized is that there are two ways you can balance your mind with this negativity and positivity things. So whenever you breathe in positivity, ताकि बाहर की जितने भी सकारात्मक सोच है वो आपके अंदर आ जाए. और when you breathe out, you always throw out this fears, hates, prejudices, insecurities, regrets and guilt that you are having. Throw them out of your body. And you won't believe, there is a story, I think in this particular book only, it is written that there's somebody who was actually experiencing some infection on the body and all that. So this particular, the author, actually what he did is that he's I think he's shown himself as a healer as well, apart from preacher. तो वो जो दर्दी है वो डॉक्टर नहीं है, लेकिन हम एक्सपीरियंस से जो गॉड सेंट एंजल बोलते हैं, he was one of such persons. And so this book, I think, is written in 1950s or 60s, because from the language and the explanations that have been given, I could make that out. You can check out the date, etc. But the thing is that he was able to heal the person who was having some kind of infections or rashes on the skin. चमड़ी के पर किसी को redness आ जाती है, etc. So I was very curious, because I also had something around my ankle like that, some dark patch. I am a fair person, so it is unusual for me to have that kind of patch. And I had shown this to doctors also. They said because of constant wearing of shoes, etc., and socks, this is what happens. Then I have been working from home since for the last several years, so I have not been wearing shoes and socks regularly. हाँ, जब भी client के साथ meeting होती है, or whenever I am at the site, I used to wear. But then after reading this book, I realized that maybe it is that there is something, some fear, hatred, prejudice, regret, guilt I have in my body that is coming in the way. And so what I started doing is during yoga asanas that I do pranayam, I started breathing out. मेरे हाथ में से, मेरे पांव में से मैं नेगेटिव एनर्जी को जो बाहर फेंक देता हूँ, और when I am breathing in, I am bringing in positive energy, etc. Believe me, friends, within a period of 2 weeks, that patch started changing the color. जो उसमें गहराई थी, जो darkness that it had started deteriorating, and it is not there now. So whenever I have the habit of now keep checking my ankle कि भाई वहाँ पे वो patch नहीं आया ना, अगर patch आया तो that means I need to do some operation like this. And that is why the best thing to do is recite Om. Om has over 100 meanings, and one of them is welcome to the gods. So अगर आप भगवान को अपने शरीर के अंदर बुलाएंगे तो फिर आपका कौन बिगाड़ सकता है बोला. And always follow the habit of lying, spending quiet moments, in your daily life, which is very hectic. Spend at least 5 to 10 minutes for your own without doing anything. No digital devices को तो सुबह में पहले 2 घंटे तक यूज मत कीजिएगा, because that is the time you should spend looking outside your window or gallery or terrace, wherever you can be, garden, park, by the beach side, etc., wherever, river side, जहाँ पे भी हो, mountain पे भी हो, नेचर में जाइए और खुले दिमाग से सोचिए. Think with an open mind and actually think of not thinking anything. Do not think at all. That is the best activity that you can give to your mind, because silence is the best element which will give you wisdom, and it has the ability to trigger many good things in life. It will solve many of your problems if you focus on silence in your life. With this, we come to chapter number 3, which says how to make constant energy. तो constant energy तो एक ही तरह से आती है. मैंने हमारे यहाँ पे नेगेटिव एनर्जी का सोर्स भरपूर है. टीवी ऑन कीजिए, न्यूज, यहाँ पे इतने को मारा, इतने को ये हुआ, यहाँ पे ये हुआ, ऑल नेगेटिव न्यूज. If you watch your WhatsApp forwards videos, it will be all stale, some maramari, some this, some that. Nothing like that. There is no content available which is of good quality, ready-made. You will have to hunt for that. So with one of my shorts videos also, I have mentioned that your entertainment actually defines who you are. You need to find the way you get yourself entertainment. Entertainment के बदले edutainment करो. मैं जब भी मेरे जो मैं जब भी खुद को एंटरटेन करता हूँ by watching either series or movies, I spend a lot of time in actually finding what I'm going to watch, and then I watch a couple of episodes and then I decide whether I want to really watch or not, because मुझे इसमें से कुछ एक दो लाइनें पकड़नी है उस सीरीज में से. हर एक सीजन रहती है, उसमें से एक दो लाइन मुझे सीख मिल सकती है. नथिंग लाइक इट, because those are, it is better to get positive vibes from whatever you are seeing, observing, listening, working with, then, because negativity is all around us, friends. जो भी बोलो, हम लोग को चाइल्डहुड से ऐसा ही सिखाया गया, ये मत कर, वो मत कर, वो मत कर, ये ना करो, ये करो, ये नहीं करो, ये नहीं करो, वो नहीं करो, don't do this, don't do this, if you do this, this will happen, if you do that, that will happen. That's how we have been brought up. और ये हमारी बिलीफ को एकदम लिमिट कर दिया है. And I'm not saying it is the problem with our parents. The problem is with this society. That globally, this is what is going on. और यही ये महाशय ने इस बुक में भी लिखा है, बिकॉज दैट इज हाउ द अप्रोच इज. सो आई एम वाया दिस particular book reading or sharing my summary of this book, I am trying to release this my understanding that I have got, which has worked well for me, with you, so that you in turn can start looking and implementing such good things and remove, to cut out energy vampires from life. As Robin Sharma rightly says, and there are many people, in fact, who are energy vampires, who are going to pull you down, who are going to say negative things about you. दुनिया में कोई, it is not necessary for everyone to agree with me. It is not necessary that each episode of mine will be liked by you. It is not necessary that every single effort of mine will be succeeding. But I am still doing it in the right spirit, because I want to be better. I want to deliver better content than what I delivered to you in chapter number 2, which is just in this very episode, a couple of minutes ago, what I spoke. So never fear that what you are going to do, which is the right thing, will cause harm to you or to somebody else. अगर वो सही चीज है तो घबराइए मत. Just do it, because that is the way to do it. It defines you. It defines who you are. More of people will remember you because of those things, and not because you tried to help somebody by telling a lie. That is the wrong approach. Show the right path to people, because that is where you will succeed. That is where they will succeed. Please let me know in the comment section if you have experienced what I shared with you about all these things. And please do not hesitate to share with your family and friends what the contents of this particular episodes are. And with this, I come to the end of this particular episode, and I wish you the very best. And I wish that you start improving from here on. All the very best to you, and see you in the next one.